so this is turn number 6. And the given information, it wants you to tell them what R equals. Okay, so I know it's multiple choice, but I'm not going to write those down because once we find the answer, you'll be able to choose that from the multiple choice on your Edge Elastic. So the given problem says 2s plus 10r equals 2 times 2s minus 5r equals 42. And I know it looks like a lot, but if you want to break this down into little pieces, it'll be a lot easier. So 2s plus 10r equals 42, right? We know that because these are all equal to each other, each of these 3 values or equations. We also know that 2 times 2s minus 5r equals 42. And you can then rewrite this equation as 2s minus 5r equals 21 by just dividing by this 2 from each side. Okay? So the 2 equations I want to work with are 2s minus 5r equals 21 and 2s plus 10r equals 42. Okay? We need to know what r equals. Okay, that is our goal at the end. What does r equal? So let's use substitution. We have 2 equations right here, and we have 2 variables. So let's substitute in either s or r. It's your choice. You can choose which one. I'm going to say let's get s by itself and use that to substitute that in. But if you'd like to do it the other way, you can. I'm just going to show you doing it with s. So our goal now, 2s plus 10r equals 42, is we want to get s by itself. So we can substitute it in for this s and find what r equals, which is our main goal of this whole problem. Okay? So if we have 2s plus 10r equals 42 and we want to get s by itself, let's start by bringing that negative 10r over. So we have 2s equals 42 minus 10r. Okay? The next step to get s by itself is to get rid of that 2. So if you divide by 2 by everything, we get s equals 42 divided by 2 is 21, minus 10r divided by 2 is negative 5r. And now we have s by itself. So we can use this pink equation, I'm going to highlight it in pink, to plug it back in to this s right here so we can find r. So now 2 times our pink s, which is 21 minus 5r, equals, oh, minus 5. I almost forgot the extra minus 5r, equals 21. Okay? So now if we distribute, 2 times 21 is 42. 2 times negative 5r is negative 10r. Minus 5r equals 21. Now we want to combine our like terms. So we have 42. Negative 10r and negative 5r is negative 15r. That's 21. Okay, and again, we're trying to get r by itself. So let's bring this 42 over to the other side so it cancels out. We are left with negative 15r equals negative 21. And now we're almost at our goal of solving for r. We just have to get rid of this negative 15 by dividing it by both sides. And now r equals negative 21 over negative 15. That's not our final answer. We want to simplify this. And when you plug it into your calculator, you get 1.4. So we found our goal by substituting in. Now, if you wanted to, instead of getting s by itself, you wanted to get r by itself, you most certainly can. And then you could have plugged r in order to find s, but then you would have to go back and plug s in to find r. So it's just easier if you get s by itself, okay? So that you can then just find the value of r. Now, if you were asked to find the value of s, you would just use this 1.4 and plug it back into one of the parts of the equation. So we know that s equals 21 minus 5r. So s equals 21 minus 1.4. No. Sorry. S equals 21 minus 5 times 1.4. Okay, and then you can use your calculator to solve for whatever s was. If it asked you to find s, it's just asking you to find that r is 1.4, which would be your final answer.